Alright. Hey man, it's Manny, and I'm here with C2, and you're now listening to the 360VibeTalk, man. So like, tell us about yourself and what you do, man.
Well, I'm a Frederick native. Grew up about 85. Graduated from Tuscarora in 2016. And always a big sneakerhead, always big into business and stuff. Just didn't really know how to do it. But and then I went off to college out in Laurel, Maryland, a private school, private school. And then one day I was like, shit, like I need a car because folks wasn't about to buy me no whip.
Yeah, I feel you.
Money was tight for real. My mom crashed her car coming to see me, picked me up for Thanksgiving break that my freshman year, so she had to get another car. So there's no point of her trying to get me a car too.
Yeah,
so
like
around,
she just got one.
Yeah, so after winter break, I was like, I got to get it out the mud. So I just started selling all of my shoes I had from high school and shit for real. And then since from there until now, it's been crazy. Crazy ride for real.
How big was your collection in high school?
In high school, I used to flex like 7 pairs of shoes. I had one for every day of the week. And then some were beaters, some weren't. So it was like probably 7 or 8. Nothing crazy.
All right. Yeah. So like, what really got you interested in shoes in the first place? Like, where did that come from? I
don't know. Like when I grew up, like even though I lived at 85, like my mom worked at Hillcrest. Yeah. So I went to Hillcrest for elementary school, most of my elementary school. So I mean, out there, people, they didn't really have like a lot for real. It was one of those schools where it was like urban and stuff. People didn't really care what they looked like.
Yeah, I feel you.
Not really rich people went there, so it was like I kind of not blended in. I wasn't that broke, but it was like I didn't really have to worry about like what shoes I was wearing or elementary school people nowadays. So. Yeah. I mean, back then, that was like, oh, these are cool shoes, whatever. And I got to middle school, and everyone's like, oh, do you have a shoe game? I was like, what's a shoe game? And it's like, it's about Foot Locker. Like, but I was like, I've never bought a pair from Foot Locker in my life. In middle school, I was like, what the hell? And then, like, it was 8th grade. It was like 2011 going to 2012. I remember, like, yesterday. It was like the rookies came out. And then that's when I knew about shoes. I was like, rookie pauses, like, oh, it's like the foam pauses. And I was like, people wearing fake foams and all that. I'm like, but how do I get my hands?
Them out.
Yeah. This was before StockX, Go, all Instagram, everything. So it's like we really didn't know unless we hit Google like what foam posite colorways were coming out at the time because they were still putting out heat. So it's like, oh, someone had that green colorway, like, oh, we don't even know if that joint's real or not. Yeah. So like it was so we were just like, damn, like how do we get our hands on the next one? And then when the Galaxy foams came out in the 8th grade or beginning of freshman year, I forget when it was exploded. I was like, yo, what are shoes, bro? How do I get these Jones? And then you see your DH Gates and your AliExpresses and all that other fake shit. I'm like, all that fake shit. Yeah. Like, well, they sell fake shoes pretty much, but it's like, I was like, yo, how do I get this shit? It's like, because as a kid, I didn't really have the interest of it. And then high school, and I eventually got a job, and I just started buying my own shoes for real.
All right, that's what's up. But like, I seen you on the snap. You be running that business. You be going crazy. Like,
man, I'm trying to be like you with the barber tip, man. You be young, and I'm proud, bro. Young black man,
bro. Yeah,
cutting hair and shit,
more
bro.
of us doing that shit,
like
man.
Shit, knowing what you want to do out of high school, bro. Because obviously, test score probably didn't prepare you for all that shit. You just knew in yourself. But I wish there's more programs and more classes and shit to more than just CTC, but like more one-on-one talk. Hey, what do you want to do? You can't just loaf around. When you're 22, Maya 23. And then it's like, okay, you still live at your parents' house, that's cool, but what are you doing to better your future?
Yeah. Oh, can we watch it again? Hakuna Matata.
You can't just loaf around. When you're 22, Maya 23, and then it's like, okay, you still live at your parents' house, that's cool, but what are you doing to better your future?
Yeah,
are you going to trade, going to school, are you having your own business? So, I mean, on my Snap and shit, it's like, it's funny because like a year ago I was like doing the joint nonchalantly, like my first year, 2017 winter. After the winter break, I said my mom crashed her car and everything, so you got a new one, so I had to grind it out. I was just flipping used shoes. Like back then, Jordans were still like the hottest thing. People didn't really care about Supreme or something like that.
And I seen the gel lights.
Yeah, gel and shit like that. People back then, it was like it was a good flip, but it was like nothing as it is now. Anything will flip. Now it's easier to make a boutique or make a consignment.
Crazy now, like because you got all the platforms that really advertise it.
Exactly,
all
bro.
The YouTube channels.
Exactly.
You need to start one, man.
I'm thinking about it.
Don't think, bro. Just
bro.
Do it,
next month, bro, I'm gonna build my own PC. I can handle more ish at a time.
Hell yeah.
Go. I'm gonna do some live cop, do some, one-on-ones with people. I'm like, because it'll bring in more revenue. Maybe I can get more deals and stuff like that when I run my shit. But
yeah, because you can just like sit on the platform, talk about how you doing it. You know what I'm saying? People interested in that. I was like, damn, but how's your process? How does it work?
So basically so before everything happens, man. Me and my mans, we split the cost, but we're inside a group called like a cook group, right?
Okay.
It's $60 a month total. Ours is, but there's different costs for different types of groups. But they give us the early info, early links, drop times, and all this stuff. So like when people normally see a shoe come out, like Soul Links might tweet something out. I probably knew like a day or a week beforehand.
Okay.
And like
so
where to get it.
Popping.
Exactly. So it's like, so I already have my mind, and I have the tool to buy. Well, that'd be the next thing. But I already have that as a tool to use those type of stuff they're telling us. So it's like, whatever. Like, there's so much like releases that happen that just aren't on Twitter. Like Twitter is a good start for anyone trying to do it. But like, you got to get into some type of private group because real information pays. It sucks to say. It's not like no Forex shit where you got to spend $20 and all that. I'm just saying like the best information is paid information to a certain degree, man. Because even YouTubers, they really water down everything they say. And that's what kind of I don't want to do YouTube, because it's kind of like an unspoken rule. Like, we can't say all our methods, we can't enlighten the whole public, because then we can't copy anything. You feel me? It's like, I can't tell you how to do this, but I can show you what I did, the beginning steps and how I got here. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
They would just like saturate the market.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So every YouTuber has some type of bias. YouTube actually kind of controls the market. That and Instagram, a lot of people don't really notice it, but it's like whenever I see something in my group, shoe dropping tomorrow, early access, Instagram page will post it, and they'll purposely put down the potential resale. They'll give you analysis that's lower than the real people know, so people hurry up and panic, sell. After every release, people panic, sell. It goes down. And it goes up in a couple months or a week later. I've seen a shoe I sold for $500, right? Yeah. Right now it's around $1,200, $1,500. And if I waited like at least 3 more months, I could have got that, and I got like 4 pairs of them. You feel me? So it's like stuff like that. Like I've learned and grown. I got Off-White before. Sold it too early. It's like, but like honestly, it hasn't really picked up until almost a year ago, because I started actually investing my own more of my money into this. Like, it wasn't just I'm paying $30 a month. I don't have a bot or a good bot at least. Let me just try. Yeah,
because you got to cop all the shoes. I'll be like, damn.
Yeah,
like, you just be scrolling.
yeah. Bro, people are like, dang, you do have a credit card, this and like that. It's like, bro, like, literally a year and a half ago, bro, I was overdrafting my account. I'm not going to lie to YouTube, bro. It's like, it's not that I was terrible with money. It was like, I would get money at the most randomest times. Now it's more consistent, you feel me? So maybe I got 3 pairs of shoes one day. I was selling them. I had to go for another drop, but I didn't have enough money in my checking and move over from my savings. I didn't get paid, so I overdrafted. So now it's like, now I can comfortably say I can go and grab 10 pairs of shoes and then sell them later or whatever, and I'll be fine, because the most you can do is break even. Like, if you're smart, it's like 99% of the time you're only breaking even the worst thing you can do. So I say, people, why don't you just try? Every time a release comes out, people always ask me how this and that. I said, first, YouTube. Get your generic wash down information. Then
YouTube got everything.
Yeah, they got everything. Some people may tell you the truth on YouTube, but there's always some type of catch, because everybody wants their own way to cook out or to secure their future just and their money.
Capitalize on that.
Exactly. So it's like, I want to do YouTube, but it's like, I don't want to do it as in, shoe reviews, how much do I think, my own opinion, because I'm just going to be just like them, because I don't want to, this is how you get it, this is the sites, leak everything, because sometimes...
Do like sneaker reviews, you feel me?
Yeah. I mean...
do that, like...
And actually, I did.
Early access, you might as well, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes I get early access, but it's like, sometimes I'm lucky enough, sometimes I'm not. But most of the time, it's like, people assume, dang, you got all these shoes, did you get them for under retail? I'm like, nah, we try as hard to get them for retail. It's like, it's a big difference. Those Foot Locker bids or whatever, they might sit there for like years or like months. But the shoes I get sell within like 3 minutes. It's always 3 minutes. 10 o'clock, it was always 3 minutes. Within like the first 2 minutes, if you don't check out, then you're probably not going to get a pair. So it's sometimes it's rough like that.
And do you have like a website for that?
Yeah. So the bot I have, it has preset websites that come out. So there's like different boutiques, like I guess Ubik, like downtown, stuff like that, like Kif or Undefeated. Different types of boutique names. I would say, like different like shops around the world. They have their own website, so they drop the shoes that don't drop on Nike sneakers or on Finish Line, because Foot Locker, Foot Action, Finish Line, they can only drop so much. They're not going to drop no Travis Scott 4s. You feel me? Like, it's only sneakers.
not for the general.
Exactly.
They drop stuff that's more like everybody can buy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So that's
they
why
sell more.
some stuff may sit, some stuff may not. Travis Scott 4 is not going to drop no finish line or for like hell no. If it did, then I would have never went to college. Why?
Yeah.
It was that easy. I would never went to college, bro. We literally bought websites that have less than 100 pairs every day. So it's like, it's amazing that thousands of people do the same thing I do, but me and my friends have, not a crazy method, but we're skilled enough that like we can hit consistently.
Y'all really like going hard with it.
Exactly.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
like you capitalize on your Bel Air 5s or your Jordan 12s that only profit you like $40 to $60, but you get like 15 pairs of those. That's close to $1,000, and then that can pay off a credit card or like that can fuel you for next month. So I really don't pass up on a lot of releases, limited or not, if I can make some money off of it. For real. So
like, when I was saying website, is it like, do you guys have your own website, or like where people can get the shoes from, or like where do people get the shoes from y'all?
So like recently, when I first started out, like having my own website, branding myself last year around my birthday, it was Sneaky Kicks, and then I was like, okay,
Sneaky Kicks.
yeah, it was dope. So Sneaky Kicks 98. Wait, let me make sure.
On the gram, right?
Yeah, bro. It's
y'all know it's gonna be right here somewhere.
You're gonna have a Sneaky Kicks 98 on Instagram.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna leave that the way it is. But like, there was a website when I first started, but it was monthly cost. Like I always try to minimize monthly costs, not being cheap, but trying to be smart and efficient. So it's like,
money wisely.
I'm normally selling on gold or StockX just like anybody else. Like that's nothing crazy. You feel me? It's like common knowledge. So, but like what I had a website for was to more like brand myself and have a clothing. My man's Dominic, shout out to Broski, Lobby Hobby Bro on Instagram. He would have shirts and shit. He used to sell on my website. I don't think he sold anything, but like it got his name out. So it's like, so right now, we're shooting for 2021, 2022 to open up the store.
So take over,
we
man.
about to take off for real, but like
Frederick, be ready.
But right now we're thinking about rebranding the name, the logo, and everything. So right now we already paid for a new logo, so that will come very soon.
Okay.
But first Sneaky Kicks 98 for a while.
Yeah, you need to put me on with your logo, man, because I've been trying to design my own.
I can actually send you a link. My man has his website where they do like contractors. They post like their work, and then you message them. You send them the money, but they don't. The website doesn't send them the money until the job is done to your satisfaction. So the logo's a bunch of artists and shit, bro. That shit's hard.
I'm trying to come out with shirts, hoodies,
so
joggers, all that, man.
Yeah, we had a website, but it was like, bro, the social media age, like you don't need no website. I mean, you're selling anonymous.
Everything is right in your hand, man.
Yeah,
everything. This camera right there.
Right, it's right in your hand. It's like Twitter, Instagram. It's like, even though I don't use Twitter, Instagram like crazy, but it's like it's good to have my stuff out there because when I turn into a storefront, people go back and see, oh, he was really doing this and that. And to keep it stacked, one of the secret advice. Mostly people on flex on the gram, they don't even buy for retail. But like me, every weekend we go for 10 o'clock sites, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It's going to go for retail. But the key, every shoe has its drop point after it comes out. Because those little boys that hit somewhere, they got a good pair for retail off some website and they sell it on StockX. They're like, oh, like I need the money back immediately. So then they'll panic sell and drive down the market. So the week after, you're pretty much, good. And so that's when people swoop in either locally or online. They'll buy up a bunch of pairs, and then like a month later on some good shoes, a good investment, they'll go up like double the amount. That's the most crazy thing I've ever seen. A lot of people with all those stacks of shoes, bro, they're not buying. Well, they are. They're not getting all those pairs. It's literally impossible. You cannot. These sites drop less than 100 pairs. So what they're doing is going online, buying it for resale at the lowest point. Holding is big investments. It's nothing crazy. I mean, people on YouTube do videos about it all the time, sneaker investing and stuff. But it's like, that's where these stores are doing. It's like, I think I'm unique because like a lot of these stores don't rely on buying. It's like a couple stores, I'm not gonna say any names, like when I was first starting, they were asking me for help and stuff, and then they started being all rude to me at the end of that summer. But it's like their whole model wasn't centered around, okay, grabbing as much as you can for retail and then buying for resale. Because like me, it's like if I can't get it for retail, a shoe I like, unless I really love it, I'm not gonna pay resale unless it means something to me. It's like some people just like, oh, okay, I can't get off of sneakers, I need to go to StockX and buy it. And by then, prices went up.
It's already skyrocketed.
And then the next week they'll go down because people got to put their Jones in hand. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But website is not really needed around this time. But you can start off with anything. You can make it work for real.
So when do you know like when to really sell a shoe to make the most of it?
I look at the history. I look at what the color of the shoe, the model, and the models that came before it. So, for example, a pair of Skeleton Air Force Ones Halloween's came out. You'll probably have a picture right there. It came out last... yeah, I'm gonna make sure you put a picture in there. Like, last year, right? It was like, the retail was like 120, 110, something like that. It was a cheap Air Force One. And it wasn't it was a crazy investment, but I got one pair for retail. So, it was like, if it's $120, it's not going to burn a hole in my pocket. I mean, I might as well hold it, because after they came out, they were only going for like 140, 150. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, these are dope shoes. Glow in the dark, sole, all black, skeleton on the side. Yeah, Jones is hard. They come out every year, different type of skeleton Air Force One. So I saw the model before. It was a white pair. I was like, okay, it's around 300, wherever it was at the time. So, like, let me just hold it. So that was last October, November. Then fast forward to like past COVID, it was like May or June. I had it. I listed it on sale on GOAT. By then, prices were around 300. You know, it's not a crazy investment, but it's like, okay. I didn't need the money at the time. I don't need it now, but it's like, okay, it's starting to reach its peak. Let me go and sell it now. So normally I look at a cool colorway, like with Yeezys. Normally, like a light colorway usually does better. You know, base sizes 4 through 7, probably the best to hold. But yeah, I just look to see how people are doing it. I ask people like you, like, oh, do you want the Bel Air 5s? Like, the people will ask me, yo, how much for the Bel Air 5s? And I'll look to see, because Bel Air 5s didn't really surprise me. They surprised me a lot, actually, because the prices weren't as good as it was. But, you know, I still got a couple sales when they come in. But, like, those black and gold 12s is like, I sold a couple for $300. Like, people really wanted, the streets really wanted that. But the next shoe, the Bel Air 5s, it wasn't nothing crazy. You feel me? Like, 260, 270, you know. Okay. It's still great. It was a $20 shoe, but...
Not bad.
But yeah, I know, just look at all the history behind the shoe, how limited it is, and then see like if I can sell right away. So.
And what was the hardest thing when you first started the whole like business, really scaling it?
Well, I was really getting to where I was, because up until this point last year, so it was like all 2019, I was buying shoes. You know, I was copping manual. I didn't even have a good bot. You know, I had a bot that could get Yeezys. That was pretty much it. So I was just buying shoes, holding it regardless. I was like, because I knew SneakerCon was coming to DC again. So I was like, okay, I gotta hold all this. I gotta make sure when I get there, I'm gonna let everything go, or most things go. So the hardest part was really when I was scaling up. Before I scaled up after the end of August, September last year, was getting all these pairs and not having to need the money later on, like making sure I did not need to pay off no bill or nothing like that until I absolutely need to. Then I would sell it. But so then when SneakerCon came around August or September last year, I brought my whole collection, pretty much everything, and by then it's probably like 25, 30 pairs of shoes. Not probably 25, 20, nothing crazy. And I made like $4,000. Yeah, $4,000 in 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And then that's when I knew in my heart, like, I can really do this shit for a living if I really.
Because you love the shoes, man. I can tell.
Yeah, I was like, I can really do this shit for a living. I was like, yo, like, I made $4,000, and I didn't know the profit or the gross amount because, like, I wasn't blogging anything. Like, now I log everything I do, so now I know. But back then, I was like, yo, $4,000 in 2 days. I'm like, holy shit. I was shaking. I was like, well, what do I do? What do I do? And then my mans that didn't come, Abdullah, he was like, yo, let's get another, like, a better bot, you know, pay the resale, because bots have a resale market as well, you know. They sell it right away. They don't put out a lot of copies, so you have to go on a StockX like website and go and buy them. So he was like, bro, I'm down to do it. You know, the best bot we wanted was around like $5,000, $6,000 at the time. I'm like, I'm not paying $6,000 for any type of software. Hell no, that's purchasing capital right there. So I seen this one bot. It was like it's like 24, 22. It was like 2,200 at the time. And me and him split it because I just got 4,000. You know, I had some other money in my bank account. So then we did that. We bought the things we needed to do to run it every month. And then literally the next day, the Cloud White Yeezys came out, and I cooked, and I made the money back like the same week. So I always knew how to do it.
Spend money and
make money. I already knew, and I literally paid off the bot that day. It was like it was easy. It was like it wasn't luck. It was just like, I've had crappy setups. I was broke like y'all. You feel me? It's like I was doing sneakers on my phone, bro. I have a lot of sneaker ones, bro. I was doing all this shit. So when I had the money to get the next tool, because I was always following what was the best, what was this. When I had the money, I knew exactly what to do, where to do it, and how to do it. Yeah. No matter how much money you have, there may be $10 or $100 in your bank account. Always look to see like what's popping right now, because like if you're into shoes or you're into barbering, make sure you come up with the times. You know, oh, what's the next style? What's the next? How do I dress this? You feel me? How do I cut?
What are the trends?
The trends, like what do people want? Do people want do-rags over dreads nowadays, or do you want designs in their head? Like, it's like
you seen like everybody's selling do-rags now.
Yeah, everyone's selling do-rags now. It's like I was like, could y'all grinding out? Shout out to y'all, but it's like I actually saw a Twitter post
different from like everybody else. Like make yourself stand out, because everybody's selling do-rags, the silkies, the designers. Like, what are you gonna do to really stand out from the rest?
Exactly. Are you gonna make your own? Shit, make your own.
Yeah.
I don't know. Get licensed by like a brand, not
Like
just
a
get it
little
off.
vendor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like get a kiosk. Like I saw a Twitter post that was saying some black woman opened up a do-rag shop on Melrose out in Cali. Like that shit's what's up. You know, if you took that shit to the next level.
Like, shoot.
Do-rag shop. I was like, how? I mean, she said she sells more than do-rags, but it's like,
Yeah.
how can you? Like, that business model is probably crazy. She probably taxing, or she has clientele, or they're handmade, best quality. Like, what can you do that everyone else is doing to do it better? Like barbering. There's 20,000 barbers in the world, but there's so many. But how are you doing better? How's your price? How's your cut? How long does it last?
Yes,
You know what I mean? It's like $15 a cut may be cool, but maybe that $30 may last you longer. You feel me? So it's like everything is comparable to anything. Whenever I tell someone, whether it's music I'm doing, whether it's the shoe shit, it's like, or the barber, and I see people doing the do-rag selling, bro. It's all comes down to if you can budget yourself, if you can make sure that you're happy, that you're comfortable, and you can scale up all the time.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Speaking about happiness, like, when you like something you do, bro, you just gonna be willing to work that much harder for it. You feel me? Like, I just see what he doing, and it's like, yo, like, I'm inspired, my guy. Like, damn, cause you do the music too, right?
Yeah, I'm doing. People like, oh, you don't do music no more, bro. I be in the studio every week. I just not the type of person that needs to post all the time. It's like I have a lot of people that follow me because of shoe stuff, but it's like I want to be known for both. That's the one thing. Stop me from doing YouTube at first, but it's like I'm trying to find a balance. So like I'm not just known, just like you're doing the podcasting and the TikTok and the barbering. It's like you can do this. Like you're the only person I actually know that can do all that, and still people want to hear all of this, the barber and the cut, and feel me? It's like they want to see the podcast too. You feel me? So it's like I hit the studio every week. Sometimes I post, sometimes I don't. Like I have a project coming out this month. Make sure y'all click, man. Make sure y'all click, man.
I'm gonna have all the links in the bio.
We got a project come out this month, man. It's actually next week, maybe, for sure. And since COVID started, since I graduated college, it's been studio shoes. Studio shoes is like when I have a shop, I want to have a studio in the back. I want people that
like,
can afford.
You can really mix that, man. Like, I don't know, shit.
Yeah, like my man's a DJ. He's also my other business partner. He's gonna be DJing the shop. Maybe have some days we hire you or a barber to come in, cut. And the art nights, turkey drives. Like I want to be for the community because a lot of people in Frederick say like, oh, how can you survive selling $40 shoes or $300 shoes in the community? It's like you have to be for the community. It starts with customer service. It starts with
customer service,
competitive prices. People will come and shop if you get the best price. I know someone that, I'm not gonna say no names, asked me, yo, how much you selling your Yeezys for? I'm like, oh, like $320, $350. I'm holding them until they hit their pinnacle. But if you want to, I'll cut a deal. And then he's like, oh, well, I'm about to go to Cool Kicks, but all the Yeezys start at $400. I'm like, I literally said I'm gonna charge you less. They're legit. Would you rather spend your money somewhere else? Which is totally fine. You do what you want. But Cool Kicks is like 3 hours away, 2 hours away. It's not around the corner. You feel me? So it's like supporting, but that's good though. Like he's supporting him versus like a app like Gold or StockX where you're supporting someone random. I always tell people, I'll cut you a deal if it's like if you're coming to me, because like people would rather, I've seen some people would rather not wait and sell or not sell and will buy the same shoe I'm about to offer for a less price online because they think it'll come in before I get it. But people would go in StockX. There's a person that gets the shoe, ships it to them, ships to you. The shoe's coming straight to me from
it's
finish
like the middleman. They take a cut.
So
it's
like, bro, so support the local business, bro.
Yeah.
It's like it's just
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It's like I'm not trying to rant or nothing, but it's like I'm always reasonable. I'm always reasonable. Like I've been to shoe boutiques around. I'm not gonna say, like I said, I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna sneak this, nothing like that. But it's like I literally went online. It was like y'all charging $200 more than online. Like who would go in here and buy? I'm like, oh, back to what I was saying. You're buying for resale. You're buying for higher price. You're not getting what I'm getting at. So you have to charge more. So I kind of get that, but it's like I don't feel right jipping people all the time. You feel me? I don't feel right like, oh, I told you 300, now it's 320. You feel me? It's like people can just say no. People are easier to say no with shoes because it's like you don't need shoes. Yeah. Versus haircuts is like $30, $35 cut. They gonna have to pay that. If you want something nice, you got to pay that. That's a necessity. Shoes isn't a necessity. So it's like it's always back and forth. But like it humbled me over the years because like at first it was just me. I didn't know nobody around me doing it. And like it was just me, and then like when I got the money, I met this dude named Irvin. Shout out to my boy Irvin Melgar.
Irvin.
Yeah, Irvin. Because he taught me a lot,
kicks
bro.
like that too.
I thought I was doing crazy because I mean, he posts sometimes too when he gets a lot, but that man taught me not everything I know, but he taught me how to excel and how to scale up. He taught me the glory of not always holding. You can sell stuff right away. There'll always be the next day. He taught me so much stuff about the shoe stuff. I mean, he was never in the shoes, but he was in technical side with the body and stuff. So he told me how to sell right. That's one thing. It's like that's one thing I couldn't teach myself, how to sell right, like when to sell, how to sell, the best way. You're gonna send it to consignment up in New York, or you want to sell it on Go or StockX. Like shout out to Urban Melgar and my man Marlon.
Shout out my man.
They really got me out the way. They really told me how to do it. And then when 2020 came, it was like training wheels taking off. I got some Off-White. I got some Supreme shit. Got some box logos. Like, okay, I can really do this for real. And like, I still talk to them from time to time. But like, we're not going our separate paths. But it's like we're all doing the same thing. So we're all focused on how we can get better. I mean, it's less who got what was your setup. It's more like if you need help, text me. I got you. I always pick up the phone. But it's more like we both gotta get this bread. We won't have time to talk and all this shit. But yeah, man, it's like I thought I was doing good. People see on Snap, dang, you're doing good, but there's people out here doing better than me, getting 60 pairs a drop, 70 pairs a drop. I'm blessed to get 20. There's 16 or 15 of a GR or whatever, but it's like it's all about when your next investment is, or when you want to pull in more clients. And like I just started doing locally. It's like there's always so much to learn. So that's what it taught me for real.
I feel like if y'all was to like really combine, bro, y'all could go crazy. You feel me?
Yeah, but some people don't have the same type of idea of the end goal. Like my friend Irvin and Marlon, their end goal is probably just sell shoes, get money, move on. Like me and Abdullah, my man's Matt, my business partners, like we all do our own bot things. But we know when it's time to get a store, it's all for the store, all for one for all. There's no holding out. Oh, it's my shoe. This is my profit. I'm gonna get 10% of the store. No, it's like they're more like solo. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna get my own money, and that's cool because I was like that too. But like for me, I want to own my own store. I don't think no one in my own family owned their own storefront. Like they had their own, lawn business stuff like that. But like I wanted to be my first one, my first one in my family to own a storefront, and like especially in my hometown, cause Frederick, bro, people don't get it, bro. Y'all might laugh at Frederick. You may laugh the way I talk, all this stuff, bro. But Frederick is untapped. I'm telling you this now. It's untapped. Mark these words. This is August 18, 2020.
August 18.
If COVID goes away soon, or all stuff open up, 40 is getting crazy. They open up that new theater and stuff. Like Frederick's starting to get rejuvenated like it was when I was a kid.
Drive-in, right?
No, it's like a big one. It's not a drive-in, but it was like when y'all were younger. There's a 40 mall and they had theater in there. It's right next to Home Depot, and I'm pretty sure that's done now. And they're adding more boutiques in there. 40's getting a little more expensive to live. They're starting to really, really
like the
come
stores
up.
There.
Yeah,
bigger to rent, man.
Yeah, that joint is insane, but I get it because more business is coming, so
more traffic, man.
All it needs is just like one crazy thing to come, like a big grocery store, or like a big business, or like a Nike factory store, or like a Foot Action or Champs, or we get better stuff in our Foot Locker, and it's over. Because I've seen people in DC come from New York just to get into a line for a raffle for a shoe. I don't know if that's not me. If someone can come from New York to DC to stand in line, or buy out people when they get a
little chance.
Yeah, for a little chance, or buy people, or tell people to code, go in line for them, pay them, and go in line for them from New York, 4 hours away to DC. I know people who will come 30 minutes to Frederick to get the next drop, or get a shoe from me, or see, like on some days I'll teach classes on basics on how to do this, or how to spot a scam, or like art nights on Thursday, or I don't know. It's just like I want to do more for the community.
You already got that vision, bro.
I have that vision.
You gonna do it.
It's more than just a shoe
taking those
store.
little steps, man.
I am.
Like you taking those little steps every day towards that. So you already got it. You already got it.
I'm trying to, because you can't take from the community. You take money, sell stuff without giving back. It's just not how it works. Whether you're in LA,
you gotta have that equilibrium, bro.
Whether you're in New York.
Yeah,
you see cool cooks. You see all these people always giving back. When they can. You feel? I'm not saying give back when you're down bad, but it's like when you're up to that point, stay humble.
Just help out the community.
Exactly, because that was the one thing I saw with shoe stores around the area that they weren't doing. They're just stale faces. Buy something or get out. They weren't friendly. It wasn't welcoming. Like the interior design was terrible. Like it's so much stuff that goes into wanting someone to come and shop at your store.
Those are little things.
And you know they're doing better now. A lot of places are doing better now. They're learning, but it's like for me, I saw it from a mile away. Like, be kind, be careful. You know, we all have our bad days. We're all not in a good mood all the time. But I'm never gonna take it out on the customer unless they're being ignorant or something. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, I'm gonna try to please. Customer always comes first. Customer always right because it's their money they're gonna spend with me.
Yes, sir.
Always.
That's what's up. I like that, man. But shoot, you know, in this age, you gotta be on that social media. You gotta have that presence.
I really gotta step it up. Well, I do post now and then. I mean, I post, you know, whenever I can. But it's like, the more I post, it's like I'm posting to the same people. So it's like I try to. I'm about to start posting more on Instagram. I tried it. TikTok works. Hopefully they don't ban it. I might get back into it next
year. It's not
year.
gonna get banned.
But
that's like
TikTok
crazy.
Works.
Yeah, TikTok.
When I say TikTok works, but
yes,
TikTok works.
It works.
Bro. I got followers on Instagram off that jump. I stopped because it's getting a little bit too racist. I didn't want to see it on my feed, but it's like, bro, there's literally this one girl. I was talking to my man's girlfriend the other day. We're in a bonfire. Yeah. And she said that, she does like tie-dye Nike socks, right? And her friend, who's TikTok famous, Warm, in the video and shout her out. Instagram was booming, bro. She was backdoored out, and she stopped doing it because she was so overwhelmed. But the power,
she stopped doing it. She got scared up,
bro. Our parents told her to go get that.
What is she doing?
She didn't go get that.
Overwhelmed.
But I'm saying it could
that's
be
what
that.
you want.
That's
you want to be
what you
overwhelmed,
want.
so that you gotta scale up to meet the demand.
Yeah, maybe it was just a hobby for her. But like, if someone did that with me, people ringing me, ring,
Bro.
but I got Jones in the back, got to join back. Like, as of now, I don't got no crazy sneaker plug. You know, I just do my stuff online, but. Once I get a sneaker plug and get people that can, you know, I'm not paying for retail, but not paying resale, I can get mass quantities, then it's game over. I want to start selling celebrities. I want to start selling local DMV artists. I don't care who you are, what you sound like, because, you know, music is only like, it's all about perspective. See, you feel me? It's like I'm not going to tell you your music sucks. Someone else it won't. It's just like a piece of art. It's like no art sucks. It's like it's all about who you are and how you perceive it. So music is like anybody's welcome.
Same.
Come shop, whatever, you know, we can do a deal. It's just like I just need that storefront. I need that local presence. Social media is definitely a tool.
Social media, bro. I want to be posted on TikTok, man.
TikTok. I was doing that. My joint was booming. I got like 3,000 views on my joint. Like, oh my joint was booming.
I was like, cut, right? It just blows up. Cause they throw your they throw your videos to everybody.
TikTok is like people may say it's a this and all that, but bro, I never seen a social media platform just stuff out there so quickly. Never. Instagram, Twitter, you know, I might get 20 likes on one tweet if it's funny, or Instagram, I might get 20 likes on this. But TikTok is like they put you right into there. It's like it's so great. I never seen. Not even Vine when Vine was around. It's like you just put something out, people are going to see the hashtag, people are going to see it. Double tap go because it's just a double tap go. Double tap go. And TikTok is
because Vine, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Everybody is posting all the time. So the amount of content that's out there, everything is saturated. But now TikTok, there were less people creating before, like when it first came out. Everybody was like, oh, this is new, like, I don't really want to touch it, you feel me?
Right.
So, since there's less people creating and more people viewing, it would push out your content to everybody. Just to, like, really get it circulating. And now everybody's posting, so sometimes you get less, but it's still getting showed to, like, everybody, man.
Exactly. That's the best thing about it. The best thing to promote any type of business. I've seen people promote their taco cart business, don't boom the next day.
Bro, I see this video where these dudes, they just go around videotaping, like, businesses, like local businesses, and then make whole ads for them, man. That shit is dope. And it really just puts them out there. Like, drop the location, everybody slides.
Everyone's sliding on that jump.
Yeah.
So, do you ever plan to own a shop one day?
Hell yeah. That's like that's my first like main goal right now. I'm gonna have a shop. Hopefully, I'm gonna get it sustaining by itself. Have barbers in there working for me. I'm gonna have other people like. Other things in there too. I don't want to talk about it right now because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm going to have it working for itself so I can really like put some time towards something else. Because I feel like my passion is kind of like owning businesses, like running businesses and stuff.
Right.
So that's kind of what I want to do. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man.
We'll see
Free
how it goes.
renting from someone on the building. You gotta own the building. You gotta own that. Buy that out.
On the whole building, renting out to other
Yeah,
people.
that's the goal. I
I
mean, anyone can rent for someone, have a shop, say their name, but the goal is to have something to pass on to your kids because you may not see the profit, but they will if they don't sell it.
Generational wealth, man.
That's what everybody else, all them other people did that, but us, it's like black people, we gotta really do that. It's like it's not about to fix up this house is almost the cost of the house. Well.
A house is not an asset.
Exactly. You may not see the profit in your lifetime, but I'll see it. You feel me? It's like it doesn't matter how much the house is the cost, whatever. It's like somewhere down the line that's your property. You'll never have someone take that away from you. We own that. No one. It's how hard it is to pay off a house in your own lifetime. It's insane. And by the time it's paid off, you get like a crappy townhouse. You don't want it no more, and the kids sell it. It's like you gotta own that one piece of property. Do what you have to do. Do the work on it, wherever it is. Get it fixed, and then pay it off, and then rent it out to people, and then when you pass away, your kids have it, and my kids have it, they pass away, it's like, there's that one property, and now they got the bread to go invest in something else, and they can see the profit in their lifetime. It's not all about us.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not all about us.
I'm not the one that, I don't want to reap the benefits of whatever I'm doing. I want my bloodlines to reap that, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, especially us, the black community, we need to really get on that because we see like the Asians, they doing their thing where they got everybody working in that jump. Yeah. Really scaling up on that. Like, that's what I'm trying to be on. Like, even my cousins back in the motherland, like, bringing them
For real though.
Over, you feel me?
For real though. You can always have an extra helping hand, man. We gotta come together, man. We gotta, like,
economics, man.
I'm glad COVID displayed a lot of this stuff that was going on behind the scenes and stuff. Black businesses are in now, but for how long? How long people want to ask, is it black owned? Then I'm a shop. Like, how is that? Like, is this like a real change or just like a temporary change?
Like a real trend. Is it a trend?
Is it a trend or is it
a
trend? A change. Like, were you doing that just because we were stuck in the crib, or we really want to change? Support these businesses that aren't marginalized, that don't have a proper income or flow to really say, okay, these people got business, they grind out because their ancestors were slaves that were never, they never got a reset. They never got a donkey and a couple acres, you feel me? They never got that what we were promised, so they had to get out of the mud. Some people made it fall back, they're still in that cycle. But somebody broke that curse. Somebody broke the generational curse. So now they can pass it down to their people. Like, we never got that reset. It's like, I'm the second Martin man on my dad's side to get a degree. His dad didn't have a degree. His brothers didn't get degrees. And his dad didn't get a degree, and his dad didn't get a degree. So me and him are the only people on my dad's side, Martins, that have degrees from our family line. So it's like, it's crazy to say, but it's like I'm second generation, and third generation on my mom's side. My mom has a degree, and her mom has a degree. But it's like, some people that been living here, that they're the first generation. You feel me? The people that, I'm not saying people that came to America with nothing. I'm talking people that, black people that been here, been in the slums, or haven't gotten the opportunity to go to school. I'm blessed to even say I was able to get a loan for school. You feel me? Not saying that's like, I had the money to go, but my parents made enough that I can get approved for a loan. So that's even blessing in itself. People are like, you went to college, isn't that you get the bread? It's expensive. Like, bruh, they can't take that degree just like they can't take this business from me. You feel me? It's like, once you have that property, once you have that degree, the diploma, or that barber license, or that trade, they cannot take that from you. That people don't get. It's like, no matter how much it costs, they cannot take that from me. If this fails, which it won't, because I'm not speaking none of that negative to anything.
Sir. You gotta try and try.
Either this music comes up, or this shoe comes up, or this job comes up. It don't matter. It's like, I'm gonna put my all. All of it's gonna come up because people say, this music, this EP cranking. What's the next jump?
It's all in your mind, bro.
It's all in your mind.
Whatever you think will come to fruition, man.
It is, because it's like, because the shoe stuff, literally, like, the shoe stuff started off with to buy a car. So within 3 months, that January through March or April, after my freshman year of college, I bought a car. I told my mom the school's too small. It's like, it's either I'm transferring or I'm buying a car. She said, okay, buy a car. I can help you if I can. So she helped me a little bit towards the end. And then I was like, okay, like, I want to do music now. Also, I was like, okay. After I got my car, I was like, should I still sell shoes? Because I need to make sure I have money in case my car breaks down. That's the only thing back in my head right now. Like, what happens if my car breaks down? Do I have the money for it? So I was like, okay, I can do the shoe shit, but I won't wear shoes as much anymore. I won't undead stock them as much anymore. I'll just strictly sell. So then the music came along. I was like, okay, now I'm doing the shoe shit. I can really supply it. But now it's like I'm doing a lot more shoe shit. It's taking the time for my music. So it's like I'm trying to find a balance like it was beforehand. It was like, okay, I can do shoes now and then, get money to buy studio equipment, get money to have someone go shoot a video. So it's like, it's always been music at its core. Like, I've always been in choir. I've always been, like, in high school. I was always in show choir. I always wanted something to do with music. But the shoe stuff was, like, another hobby. It's like, it's me splitting half. Music on one side.
It was a hobby. Now it's a business, man.
Yeah, it's like, and I hope my music stuff becomes that. Whether I'm a rapper, whether I'm an A&R, whether I'm an engineer or executive producer, it doesn't matter what I do. Because, like, I'm a flexible person. I'm a flexible businessman. Whether I'm online doing shoes or in store doing the shoes stuff, it doesn't matter.
Whatever
bro.
it is,
I will thrive,
man. Come with intensity. Give us a little note, like, oh.
I ain't gonna say nothing too crazy for the ladies. You hear me? My old lady back at the crib, man. I ain't gonna say nothing too crazy, but but it's like my passion is just songwriting. That's one of the things when it comes to music stuff. I love songwriting from my good man. Like, you know, I got a couple singers in the back. Y'all gonna sing this hook. It's gonna crank, man. We got some sneak on the EP too.
Hey,
crank joint. The ladies gonna be cranking to that joint, man. Written by me and my man's Preston, man. Just know, man. Just know. Songwriting is where it's at nowadays. Ghostwriting is so fun, bro. It's better than stepping to any type of microphone. Like, like people are, you know, oh my gosh, this song's so good, so good.
Cause you hearing your Jones like come into like
like I was just in my room one day saying sing this, bro. Like one of our songs, Too Deep. It came out when y'all were like, I think sophomores in high school. It was me, Michael, Sasu, Dave, Andy, Albert. It was like, and then I had a little rapping part at the end, and then like you were like, yo, what's the hook? What's the hook? And I was like, bro, let me just write the hook. You sing it, Michael. You posted this. You got all the high school clout. Go ahead. And that joint, boom, like 1,000 views a day for like a straight week. But that joint was going crazy,
That's
bro.
Tough.
All your youngins was playing at the party and stuff. I was like, oh, I was like, it wasn't like a blast off I wanted, but then I knew it was like, okay,
y'all could really do this.
Yeah, someone really wants to listen to me. Like every day, even though I'm not posting all the time, you know, I take my time on music, my craft. I look and see, oh, someone still listens to me every day. I have at least like 10, 20 views or whatever. Like, even though I'm not posting nothing, people still want to hear what I have to say. Yeah. So it's like, until that hits 0, I don't see why I should stop having some type of hand in music. Like why stop that? Help someone in some way.
It's 0, man. As long as you're consistent with it, the numbers will show.
Exactly. As long as you,
it goes with anything.
Put quality and consistency into it. Because like I could post 20 songs a day for a good month, or like a song every 2 weeks, and then people are like, oh, okay, you know, it's like it's saturated. It's like, okay, I was like, nah, okay, I'll do that. Now I feel like I'm gonna cheat myself if I'm just putting out music and not really taking care of like, okay, is this good? Is this verse hot? Do I have to go back and redo it? So like now it's just like I'm a project man. Like I help people with projects. I want to get people together on a jump for real. So it's like I choose when I put out stuff, and I choose when it's the right time. So it's like I may have not put a song out since November of last year, but EP dropping this month, and then when that was done, because we got that done like a month ago, we already been working on the next album. That's almost halfway done. So it's like I'm always, this time I can catch it and just go. You feel me? It's like I may not put out singles like every time, but it's like when you sit and listen to this full length album, the 13 track, 12 track, 10,
you gonna feel it.
You gonna wanna listen to it more. You feel me? It's like I like being the creative part behind anything, just seeing like how this can go with this. So whether it's music or a store, it's just dope to me. I just love music. I love any type of music.
I just know you're gonna find a way to really like intertwine the two. Cause you told me it's gonna come together. Bro, one day it's just gonna click and you gonna do it.
Yeah, it's like,
don't even think about it, just do it. Cause the worst that could happen is it doesn't work and you try again. Yeah,
it's like it's not like it's gonna cost me bread. It's like no money investing in yourself is a loss of money, whether you do it or not in the future. No, because like at that point you want it and it helped you get to where you needed to be.
It shows you what not to do and what to do.
Exactly, invest your bread smartly in yourself, whether your talents, whether it's yourself to go for stocks or something. Like it's like there's no loss of money, because like you learn from that experience no matter what. You always learned about those new clippers you bought. These ain't hot.
Yeah,
these guards ain't hot. You know me? These designs ain't hot. So you know it's like like you can't look back and say, oh, I wish I did it this way. It's like
no regrets.
Yeah, it's hard though. It's easier for me to say, oh, no regrets, do this, do this, but another thing about doing it is like sometimes I don't follow my own advice. So it's like it's hard to be outside your head and still be conscious about okay, I'm in the studio every week. I gotta make sure I got a verse every week to get the joint done by November, October, get it done by December. It's just so much in my head, and then I gotta shoot stuff every day, sometimes every day. And it's like, it can be random stuff. I gotta make sure I have money in my account all the time. Because like, I could literally wake up one day, know the schedule drop, and I catch a restock on a pair of dunks that go for $600. Like, oh, that's $100, shoot $600. You feel me? It's like, I have to make sure I have money at any given time. Because at one point, it was a time where I didn't have the money or the tools, but I had the time. Now I have all three. So now it's like, I gotta pick it up. I gotta make sure I'm always on top of my game. Make sure I always have at least, like $6,000-$7,000 in my checking at any given time. That's just that's a little number to have at least double that in my savings in case anything happens to my mom. Like say like my mom passed away tomorrow, knock on wood. I have money to say that I can really put her in a casket and take care of some bills until someone picks up with like a real job or something. Like I have a degree now, so I can at least man up sometimes. You feel me? It's like sometimes people think, oh,
you ever need that backup.
Yeah, like you also selfish. You all these shoes you don't look at this and that. It's like I'm always thinking about 2 steps ahead. Like what if this were to happen? What my car blew up?
Bro.
Like
fuck what people think, man.
Yeah, it's like you always gotta saving money, man. Like if you can't buy it 3 times, then don't buy it. I mean, it's like there's been times where I stopped eating out or I stopped, buying so much groceries so I can get this next shoe. I can hold on to this shoe because holding on to $3,000, $4,000 worth of shoes at a time isn't good. I mean, like it isn't a great thing to do because like you might need the money the next day or something unexpectedly could happen. You can fall off like a cliff and then you need to get an emergency room. It's 20 bands or something. Like anything can happen. So it's like I'm comfortable now where it's like, okay, I got all this in this storage or I got all this in here, so now I can go and move this over. But there could always be the next level. There always be like, okay, what can I do more? Yeah. It's all about scaling up. Always.
Shit. Always. But yeah, we coming up on 45 minutes. That's crazy.
Crazy, man. We talking forever, man.
Shit, I like to talk, man.
He gonna chop it up, put into a couple episodes, so it ain't matter. This may be part 3 or part 2,
Hold on. I think it might be in 1 episode.
Might be one episode?
Should I split it into 2?
Split it into 2, for sure.
Split it into 2, yeah.
But too short. Like, do one jump. Like maybe 30.
Talking about that business.
Exactly. So we can do in sections. Maybe next time I'll come back and I'll have my men. We'll do action in sections. We'll be the merch.
Bro, hopefully next time when you come here, I'm gonna have the whole setup, man. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right. I mean, this setup is fine too, man. Like you can't be being humble and stuff. Like it's like make anything out of anything. You feel me? It's like we got iPhone 3 and some nice lights. We gonna make something happen. We gonna make something happen. What are you talking about? We got Android. We got Android. We gonna make something happen. We got Team Android. We gonna make something happen. What are you talking about?
You said no droids.
No droid, man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Sure, we definitely gotta chop it up next time, man.
You gotta chop it up, man. I'm always glad to come back, man. Always glad, man.
360 Manny signing out, and I'm here with
C2 Cammy, man.
C2 Cammy. We gonna have everything in the link, everything down below, everything right here, something like that.
Yes, sir.
You might see it over back there in the past. You might see it now. We gonna see what's popping.
Yeah.
And we out.